Older people who are smart sometimes like being by themselves. Is there ever a time when you feel like being an adult is too much for you? Now that life is so busy, it can be hard to find time for solitude, but it's more important than ever for your health and growth. This video talks about some of the deep benefits of being alone, such as becoming more self-aware, physically stronger, and at peace with yourself. We'll talk about some ways that being alone can make your relationships better, give you back your privacy, and help you figure out who you are. Find out how these ideas can change your life and give you a new view of solitude as the ultimate luxury and a way to improve yourself by reading on. You won't want to miss this chance. It will teach you how to find happiness and health by embracing solitude. Before we begin, I'd love for you to stay with me until the very end, because I'll be sharing one simple habit that can gently boost your energy and well-being every single day. If this kind of thoughtful guidance speaks to you, please like the video, subscribe, and click the notification bell so we can keep this journey going together. And if you're here right now, please let me know by commenting, "Health is my daily gift." It's a beautiful way to remind ourselves and one another that every day counts. Being able to enjoy being alone in old age shows that you are truly wise and insightful. This is the real wisdom of enjoying being alone in old age. People who can enjoy their own company as they age are truly wise. People who learn to value and enjoy the deep benefits of being alone do so as they get older. That tired feeling that comes with being an adult. All right, let's talk about adult fatigue today. This kind of exhaustion is often caused by the many responsibilities that come with being an adult. When you add these duties to your job duties and family duties, they can become too much to handle. Adults often feel tired all the time because they have to deal with work, housework, money issues, and personal relationships. As kids, many of us remember how scary it was to be alone because of what other people thought and our own fears. Many of us used to be scared of being alone when we were younger. At night, we looked for comfort in the arms of our parents and found it. As we got older and went to school, being alone was more embarrassing than comforting. We tried not to be alone during school breaks by getting together with other people or making groups. We used to feel better about hiding how lonely we were when we talked about how many friends we had or how many extracurricular activities we did. When we become adults, our ideas about solitude change in big ways. One of these changes is how important solitude is. A lot of adults take a break and light up a cigarette in the privacy of their own cars after a long day at work. When they are alone, even for a short time, the stresses of their daily lives, like their jobs, housework, financial obligations, and growing debt, can temporarily fade from their minds. It's like the stresses of the outside world melt away for a few minutes, and they can only think about themselves. A lot of women, especially mothers, also value the time they spend in the bathroom. A long, hot shower is a wonderful way for them to get away from the stress of being parents and doing housework for a while. For a while, they can tune out their kids' cries and forget about all the problems in the world. Spending time by myself has taught me the value and comfort of solitude. It has also given me a much-needed break and made me feel better. Getting peace through solitude. Being alone is a great way to find inner peace and grow as a person. It helps us come to terms with the everyday things in our lives and prepare for a better future. For adults, being alone can be the ultimate luxury because it gives them time to connect with their true selves. Being alone for this long is very important for personal growth and self-discovery. Every day, we rush through the complicated parts of life, switching between roles all the time, whether we are parents or kids, employees or spouses. We often wear metaphorical masks so often because we are always switching roles that it's hard to tell the difference between our real selves and these masks. In our rush to be the best at everything we do, we forget to live our lives as truly as we are. One of the best things we can do for ourselves is to give ourselves some alone time. Away from the demands and expectations of other people, we can really rediscover who we are when we are alone. Life is like a train ride that only goes one way. We meet a lot of people along the way, and each one stays with us for a part of the trip. Selfishly, the only people who will be with us until the end are ourselves. So, being alone is sometimes a normal part of life, and being able to enjoy and find comfort in it is a useful personal skill. There are many good things about spending time by yourself. When we walk by ourselves, we don't have to follow other people's plans or restrictions. We can go and stop whenever we want. Solo travel gives us the freedom to go on trips whenever we want, so we can fully enjoy the sights and experiences of our surroundings without being interrupted. Reading by ourselves gives us a quiet place to escape, to where we can get lost in a book and discover new worlds at our own pace. Accepting your solitude. Accepting your solitude is a strong act of self-acceptance and being yourself. You are a unique person, and your worth is not based on your social life. The time has come for me to stop feeling the need to hang out with a lot of people I know. I've instead chosen to spend time alone and live my life in a way that truly shows who I am. We often feel like the constant pressure to socialize on a surface level is a waste of our time and energy. Life is short, and it doesn't make sense to waste time on pointless social events or worrying that being alone will be seen as weak by other people. The more we rush through life and give in to the noise and chaos around us, the lonelier we feel. An empty life gets even more empty if we don't understand the value of being alone. Making time for yourself in the middle of all the chaos is much more helpful. Make time for alone time at the end of a busy day. These alone times are precious, whether you find peace in observing the beauty of flowers, listening to relaxing music, getting lost in a good book, enjoying a cup of tea, or just sitting and thinking. Don't waste your time and energy trying to fit in with other people or meet social norms. When we're alone, we can really take off our masks and armor and show who we really are. Please leave the first comment below to let me know that you're still watching this video with me and that you think these lessons are helpful. Being alone can teach you a lot of valuable things. As Gandhi wisely said, the more superior a person is, the more they like to be alone because everything is clear. The more inferior a person is, the more they seek to mix with others, as when everything is unclear, they find opportunities to take advantage. This thought-provoking piece shows how important solitude is for getting to know oneself better. How to be excellent. To be excellent, one must often walk a path of solitude. Being able to handle being alone is a key part of being truly great, since being great often requires time to think and focus without the distractions of social life. Think about what writer Mu Shan went through when he lived alone on Mount Mogan for 6 years. He spent his days reading and his nights writing, giving himself ideas from the quote by Fair that was on his desk, "A vast domain. Knowing oneself is enough to occupy a person." After 6 years, Mu Shan came out with more than 100 short and medium-length stories and many landscape paintings. These works came from his time alone, which helped him be creative and grow as a person. We can develop our skills and interests when we are alone, which can lead to great accomplishments and a better understanding of who we are. The benefits of being alone for achievers. Being alone is often a key part of the path to greatness. A lot of successful people find that being alone is important for their creativity and productivity. For example, the famous author Haruki Murakami spends 1 to 2 hours a day alone, either running or riding a bike. When he is alone, he can think deeply and work quickly without interruptions from others. In the same way, Albert Einstein once said that the quiet and isolated work environment of a lighthouse keeper's job is perfect for a physicist who is deep in thought. Being alone in this way gives your mind the space it needs for deep reflection and new ideas. The bad things about constantly socializing, on the other hand, people who are constantly socializing often get caught in a web of constant obligations and shallow interactions. Even though these people seem busy and have a lot of friends, they don't have much time for personal growth or improvement because they are so focused on social activities. A lot of these social interactions are really just transactions, where two people trade things of equal value. The funny thing is that even though they have a lot of friends, not many of them are willing or able to help when they really need it. If you don't give yourself time to think and improve yourself through solitude, you might spend your whole life trying to please other people and having meaningless conversations with them. Living an ordinary life versus recognizing the value of solitude. Being alone is one of the best things an adult can do, but it's often misunderstood. The times when people are truly by themselves are when they can grow and learn about themselves. Solace is not something that makes you lonely. Instead, it's a key part of growing and discovering yourself. Accepting solitude helps you think about yourself and learn more about your needs, which is important for personal growth and happiness. Improving marriages through solitude. It's interesting that solitude can also have a positive effect on personal relationships, like marriages. For example, many women have noticed that their husband's behavior has changed since they got married, noticing that he is more irritable or distant. This can sometimes make people suspicious and doubtful without a good reason, especially if their partner is slow to answer the phone or often gets home late. People often have unrealistic expectations on social media, like thinking that someone who loves them will always respond right away. In today's fast-paced world, this may not be possible. People can grow and understand each other better in relationships when they have time to think about their own needs and expectations. This can lead to healthier, longer-lasting connections. Learning how to be alone in marriage, mastering the art of being alone, can make a marriage much better. In her wise book, Daring to Be Lonely in Your Arms, La Ruing goes into great detail about this idea. She discusses a unique yet successful method for maintaining harmony within a marriage. She and her husband often go out together, but they choose different movies to watch, sit together while doing their own things, and keep their personal spaces separate by having their own bedrooms and studies. Even though they live apart, they share the dining room, which makes it a mix of being together and being alone. Some people might find this approach strange, but Ruing says it's what kept her marriage stable and happy. The balance of being together and being alone. Ruing shows that the key to a happy marriage is finding the right balance between being together and being alone. It's possible for two people to care for each other without getting involved in each other's lives. They can walk next to each other and enjoy each other's company while still keeping a safe distance. This kind of interaction makes for a relationship in which love isn't about having something, but about respecting and being independent of each other. Please leave the third comment below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me and that you think these lessons are helpful. What you need to know about boundaries for a happy marriage. Boundaries are very important for a happy marriage. Women often know how to find the right balance between being close and being alone. If the balance leans too far in one direction, it can make you feel far away or suffocated. Finding the right balance between being alone and having company from time to time is key to building a relationship that lasts and is deeply personal. The battle of adulthood. Many adults say that they feel like they are always fighting to get work done, meet leaders' expectations, do chores around the house, and keep track of their kids' schoolwork. This never-ending cycle can make people feel overwhelmed, which is why adults want to be alone more than anything else. Sometimes the stress of adult responsibilities is so great that the chance to be alone is a welcome break from the daily grind. The misunderstanding of loneliness. Sadly, people often get loneliness wrong and think it's a bad thing. We might see being alone as a sign of failure or an indication that our love life isn't good enough, which makes us cling to shallow social interactions. Because we don't want to seem lonely or without friends, we may always try to please and accommodate others. Even though many people have thousands of friends on social media sites like WeChat, a lot of them still feel very lonely. The harsh truth about modern socializing is that connections we make on social media don't always meet our emotional needs. Even if you have a lot of online friends, you may still feel lonely sometimes. Because of this, it's important to make time for yourself even when you're busy. Going from putting up with being alone to accepting it and finally enjoying it can help you heal deeply and grow as a person. When you choose to be alone, solitude can help you find peace and feel refreshed. One of the most powerful things we can use to deal with the uncertainty of the world is to spend time alone. People who choose to be alone often find 3 great benefits. Clarity through solitude. Being alone is one of the few times you can really see yourself clearly. People often put on masks when they're out with other people, showing only their best selves and hiding their flaws. Other people's compliments and social niceties can make it harder for us to see ourselves clearly. These masks come off when we're alone, and we can face our true selves without the distortions of outside influences. You can be more honest about your actions and words if you set aside 30 minutes a day to meditate and think about yourself. Over time, this practice leads to big changes in your life that reveal deeper truths about who you are. Strength through solitude. Being alone makes you stronger and more resilient. Society teaches us from a young age to fit in, which makes us less likely to stand out or be different. This kind of conditioning makes us think like everyone else, which hurts our ability to think for ourselves and make brave decisions. As kids, we might have believed in our own special abilities, but as adults, this sense of individuality can fade, lulling us into mediocrity. This is why solitude is good for you. It helps you rediscover your true self, break free from conventional thinking, and take back your power to make choices based on your values and wants. You can learn a lot about yourself and grow as a person by making these choices, even if they lead to mistakes. Rest by being alone. Modern life is full of noise and other things that can distract us, which can be bad for our mental and emotional health. Even though social interactions are important and enriching, they can also be stressful and wear you down. Solitude is a wonderful place to get away from all the noise and stress in the world. In a much-needed space, it gives you a chance to relax, recharge, and start over. During these quiet times, you can think about your ideas, plans, and dreams without being bothered or pushed by other people. Please leave the 3rd comment below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me and that you think these lessons are helpful. The power of solitude in relationships. Being alone is good for your own health, but it can also make relationships, especially marriages, stronger. Giving each partner time for personal space and independence in the relationship helps each person grow and learn more about themselves. This breakup keeps the relationship from getting too close or too dependent on each other. Respecting each other's need for alone time can help couples keep their connection fresh and exciting without having to be together all the time. Spending time together and away from each other in a healthy way is good for relationships. Everyone needs time to do the things they enjoy, recharge, and think about things on their own. To avoid codependency and keep a relationship based on mutual respect and admiration, you need to find this balance. When each partner has room to grow as a person, the relationship gets stronger, and both people value each other more. The myth of constant socializing. Society often makes people feel like they need to be with other people all the time, thinking that being alone is the same as being lonely. But the real value of relationships is not how many you have, but how good they are. Building a few deep, real connections is much more meaningful than keeping up a lot of shallow ones. Accepting that you are alone lets you focus on building these real relationships. Instead of feeling like you have to be socially active all the time, focus on interactions that matter. This will help you make deeper connections that last. Taking back your personal space. In today's busy world, it can be hard to find time for yourself, but it's important for your health. Everyday tasks and responsibilities can make it hard to find time to be alone, but it's important to do so in order to keep a healthy balance in life. Setting aside time every day for things that make you happy and calm down is important. This is true whether you choose to read a fascinating book, go for a walk in the woods, or just sit still and enjoy the silence. These alone times are very important for a break from the constant busyness of modern life. You can regain your personal space and improve your mental and emotional health by making time for these kinds of activities. Why solitude is important for personal growth. Embracing solitude isn't just about finding some quiet time. It's a basic part of growing as a person. There is something special about being alone that lets you think deeply, recharge your mental batteries, and get in touch with your true self. When there are no outside distractions or social pressures, you can really look at yourself and learn important things about your true wants and needs. Integrating regular alone time into your schedule can help you become more self-aware, stronger, and feel a deep sense of fulfillment. If you value and include solitude in your life, you create an atmosphere where personal growth can thrive, which will lead to a fuller and more balanced life. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you've learned something useful about how embracing time alone can help you become more self-aware, grow as a person, and improve your relationships. If this message touched your heart, we'd be honored if you'd subscribe and click the bell to stay connected. Every view, every kind word helps keep this journey going. And if you believe in the power of energy and connection, type your age in the comments below. It's said that each number shared adds to the collective strength, and the universe sends back a little extra light and life in return. Now imagine this. By sharing this video with just 5 others, you're helping create a wave of healing energy. Some believe that the simple act of sharing can attract longer life, deeper peace, and universal blessings for everyone involved. Keep shining. You are a gift to this world.